Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to completely demystify a pretty fascinating topic, mantra sadhana. We're going to explore the actual physical and psychological science of sound and break down exactly how it all works. If you've ever wondered about the real mechanics behind chanting, like why is it considered so incredibly powerful, well, you're in the right place. We're looking at the human body not just as flesh and bone, but as this incredibly advanced instrument capable of generating some serious internal energy. Let's actually kick things off with a pretty profound thought from Sri Aurobindo. We spend so much time marveling at external technology, right? Smartphones, rockets, AI. But this quote reminds us that if we could actually measure the internal tech of the human soul, all those massive material achievements would look incredibly pale in comparison. We literally possess these hidden, unmanifested powers right inside of us. And the key to unlocking them? It actually starts with something we use every single day. That starting point is totally physical and, honestly, perfectly everyday. It's human speech, which the texts refer to as Vani. I mean, think about it. Speech is the foundational basis of all our worldly activities. Without it, human society would be in this miserable, almost unimaginable state. It's how we communicate, how we share knowledge, how we build our entire world. So the physical importance of speech is undeniable, but it also has this profound spiritual foundation. Mantra sadhana relies heavily on this exact foundation to help individuals progress, both materially and spiritually. So if we zoom in on the macro mechanics for a second, human pronunciation relies on a highly complex physical coordination of some very specific organs. Just to produce a complete sound, you need the coordinated movement of the tongue, the lips, the teeth, the palate, and the throat. If we only relied on our vocal cords without these fine-tuned instruments shaping the air, we'd really only be able to make basic animalistic grunts. Mantras are constructed with a deep understanding of this science of words, which is called Shabda Vidya. But to truly appreciate the power of these highly organized words, we kind of have to look at what sound does when it's not organized. Think about the two extremes of sound energy here. On one side, we've got the destructive, completely chaotic force of unorganized sound. Take thunder, for example. It carries such immense acoustic power, it can literally crack tall buildings. Or just consider modern mechanical noise pollution from giant, fast-moving jets, which creates actual harmful physical reactions in the environment and in the human body. Sound literally has mass and force. But then, on the flip side, we have the constructive power of organized sound. When sound is structured through Shabda Vidya, it becomes a mantra. It transforms from this chaotic, destructive blast into a highly precise, energetic tool. Which brings us to our next section, awakening the subtle body, moving from the physical to the energetic. So the crucial point here is that pronouncing mantras isn't just about vibrating the air in the room. It's about using the physical mouth to trigger unseen energetic centers within us. The anatomy of the subtle body is incredibly complex. We're talking 6 chakras, 3 granthis or knots, 3 nadis, which are channels, 10 pranas or vital forces, and 54 upatanyakas, which act as subcenters or valleys of energy. You can really view this as a highly intricate inner machine. The specific sounds of a mantra are precisely designed to activate it. The flow of a mantra's letters plays a vital role in keeping this entire system active and awake. But it begs the question, how do mere words spoken by the mouth actually reach this subtle inner system? Well, think about mechanical instruments for a second. Just like a finger presses a typewriter key to mechanically produce a printed letter far away on a piece of paper, or how pressing a key on a harmonium opens a reed to produce a musical note, the human body works in a very similar, interconnected way. During mantra chanting, your specific mouth movements act exactly like those fingers. They're pressing the unseen keys of your subtle body. That physical movement in the mouth creates a ripple effect, striking various energy centers and awakening some pretty extraordinary internal powers. And that leads perfectly into our next section, the energy of rhythm and building the internal charge. Okay, but how exactly does pressing these internal keys over and over create a tangible, measurable shift in our psychological and physical state? Well, generating this energy requires 3 strict steps. First, you have to use a specific, organized sequence of words. That's the mantra itself. Second, you have to pronounce it with a very specific rhythm and tone. And third, you need to maintain a continuous, uninterrupted flow for a prolonged period. It's just like continuously rubbing your hands together quickly to generate physical heat through friction. Following these exact sequential steps of rhythmic chanting generates a powerful, compounding internal energy. It's honestly an extraordinary experiment in bioenergetics. And when you maintain this flow, it doesn't just affect your own mind, it literally stimulates the surrounding environment. This built-up energetic charge actually has a name in the text. It's known as avesh. When you practice that continuous rhythm, the reaction your body and mind produces this avesh. And the thing is, you can actually feel it. It's a palpable surge. You get this sudden, distinct alertness, a wave of enthusiasm, and a deep sense of confidence just welling up inside you. It's essentially the physical and psychological proof that your internal machine is revving up. Which brings us to the climax of the practice, reaching the state of sfoto. As this avesh, or internal energy, compounds and builds upon itself through sustained practice, the practitioner eventually reaches the ultimate psychological and spiritual climax of the entire process, and this is called sphota. The literal translation points to a manifestation or an explosion. It is literally the explosion of sound energy into real-world manifestation. And the emotional state and magnetic pull generated by the practitioner multiplies this sphota exponentially, making it incredibly vast and powerful. It's that breakthrough moment where the subtle energy finally translates into tangible success. So, what does this actually look like in real life? While some people might experience mystical visions or hear divine sounds, the text points out that this isn't a requirement, nor is it a guarantee for everyone. However, the guaranteed, undeniable results of sphota are these profound psychological upgrades that visibly transform a person. We're talking about a deep maturity of faith and devotion, an absolutely unshakable willpower. And brilliantly, it results in a visible, physical glow of happiness right on the face, and a distinct, unmistakable shine of victory in the practitioner's eyes. The internal transformation becomes entirely visible on the outside. To wrap up this explainer, considering all the physical and energetic mechanics we've just explored, from the precise movements of the palette all the way to the awakening of those 54 subtle valleys of energy, I want you to really reflect on the incredible untapped potential you carry with you every single day. I mean, if mere sound can crack a concrete building, and an organized rhythm can fundamentally rewrite your internal willpower and put a literal shine of victory in your eyes, what immense world-shaping power is resting right there on your tongue, just waiting for the right rhythm to be unleashed? Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the science of sound, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.